Hello friends, welcome to the platform of Darshanik. This is Akshay Kadam. So guys, today on this platform of Darshanik, I am going to discuss with you one important part of inscriptions from ancient and medieval Indian history. So guys, in this lecture I am going to discuss with you one important inscription from medieval Indian history known as UTTRAMERUR Inscription. And this inscription is of significance because Prime Minister of India in one of his speeches referred to this inscription. So question might come in your prelims paper or even in GS1 paper of history regarding art, architecture, culture part. So this UTTRAMERUR inscription. So guys, this UTTRAMERUR inscription we find on walls of this Vaikunda Perumal temple. Okay, so guys, this UTTRAMERUR inscription is from Dynasty of Imperial Cholas. So as you know, during Sangam time period in deep south, there were three dynasties: Chola, Chera and Pandyas. So this Cholas and Pandyas, Cholas were in north Tamil Nadu, Pandyas in south Tamil Nadu. And after Sangam period, okay, these Chola, Chera, Pandyas were small feudatories and ruling in south. So these Cholas continued as a small ruler in Tamil Nadu in some part next 1000 years, and around 1000 AD, okay, this Chola dynasty again came to power by replacing Pallavas and other dynasties and created this Imperial Chola dynasty. They have even occupied Sri Lanka and many other places. Okay, they went on winning North India and they reached up to Bengal, Odisha, and from Bengal, Odisha they reached up to Myanmar and up to Cambodia. So Imperial Chola was very important dynasty and they ruled vast region. One of their important king was Ponniyin Selvan, the movie that came last year in two parts. This movie came, Ponniyin Selvan. Okay, so Ponniyin means Narmada river, Selvan its son. Okay, so Narmada ka putra by that reference, and that movie was on the one of the important legendary Imperial Chola king, that is Rajaraja Chola. Okay, now this Cholas guys are very famous for their temple architecture, Chola temple architecture, etc. Okay, now in that during that dynasty's time period, village autonomy or village administration reached its climax. Okay, so in India from ancient time period, villages enjoyed a lot of autonomy. But during this time period of Imperial Cholas, by that time period, village autonomy reached its peak. And during Imperial Chola, their villages were extremely autonomous. So in Imperial Cholas guys, their general administration was divided, okay, into different parts, that is mandal. So empire was divided into mandals into Valanadus, then Valanadus into Nadus, and Nadus into autonomous villages. And these villages are further divided into wards, and wards divided into variums. Okay, so this type of administrative structure they had. So entire empire or kingdom was divided into mandals into Valanadus into Nadus. Nadus is district in today's context, in today's reference. So UPSC has asked once, what do you understand by the term Nadu? Okay, so district are divided into then these autonomous villages, and these villages are further divided into wards, and wards into subdivisions into variums. Now these villages guys had extreme autonomy, and we come to know about this part of the history which Prime Minister was also referring in one of his speeches from this inscription on this temple at in Kanchipuram district at UTTRAMERUR. And this temple is Vaikunda Perumal temple. It has many inscriptions which are known as UTTRAMERUR inscriptions, and in which we came to know, okay, entire process of electing the village people of village administration, the members of the wards, how their selection process is, what is their qualification criteria to be a member of the wards, what function duties they have, how they can be removed. Okay, and so it was clear cut defined on those walls, shows how autonomous villages used to work in during Imperial Chola time period. Okay, so this UTTRAMERUR inscription on walls of Vaikunda Perumal temple, I have given you image here. Now this inscription guys was made or created during the time period of Imperial Chola king Parantak I. Okay, so this Parantak one is important figure. So UTTRAMERUR inscription in Kanchipuram district on walls has several inscription. The most famous one, which is referred to by the PM of India, was created under the rule of Chola king Parantak I and details the method of self-governance in Indian villages. Okay, so this UTTRAMERUR inscriptions. Now guys, this UTTRAMERUR inscriptions may this village autonomy, okay, is important part. So this inscription shows this Chola villages which are extremely autonomous. The system of village autonomy with sabhas and their committees developed through the ages reaches culmination during this Chola rule. And this UTTRAMERUR inscription is the source, provides details of formation and functions of village councils. So village council में village sabha, gram sabha, okay, वो gram sabha के जो members है are divided into 30 wards, and every ward में some members will be selected, okay, and they will be having some fixed functions to perform. So these wards are organized into committees. So UTTRAMERUR inscription provide details of formation and functions of village council, and two famous UTTRAMERUR inscription give detailed account of the self-governing village administration under the Cholas that belong to Parantak I, that king's time period. Now guys, it is situated in Kanchipuram district of Tamil Nadu, I told you, and the well-known inscription dating back to reign of Parantak I can be observed on the walls of Vaikunda Perumal temple. So this Vaikunda Perumal temple, remember the name, and created during Parantak I's time period. Inscription also talks about the selection process of members, their qualification, their duties and responsibilities, and even situation in which they could be impeached, dismissed from their positions. Okay, so all this structure has been explained in UTTRAMERUR inscriptions. So guys, Imperial Cholas, being medieval time period dynasty, obviously had feudal system. So what differentiates from medieval India from ancient India is this feudal system, Samantashahi system. So ancient India में, okay, there wasn't middleman between king and the Rayat. But when this feudal lord, Jagirdar, Saman Shah came, we call it beginning of medieval time period, which began during Gupta time period. And later on Harshavardhan's time period was totally medieval age. So Imperial Cholas, being medieval dynasty, also followed this feudal system, feudatory system. So Chola ruler followed the system of feudatories, where their empire was divided into mandalams under the royal princes or officers. Then this mandal, that is what we call in today's context, we can say mandals as a state governments. Okay, then mandals into Valanadus. Okay, so under the Periyanattar. So these mandals were divided into Valnadus. So Valnadus in today's context we can call it division. Okay, so there is a nation, then state, then divisions in a state. Then these divisions, Valnadus, are again divided into nadus, that is districts. And these districts, guys, were again subdivided into autonomous villages. Villages into wards, and wards into 6 variums. Okay, so villages divided into wards, and wards maybe there were 6 variums. Now this system of village administration, guys, is known as Kudavolai system. So remember this word, I might be pronouncing wrong because it's a Tamil word, but Kudavolai system. So this Kudavolai system was the system of nominating persons for each ward for a year. So village was divided into wards, and for each ward person will be nominated, okay, from that ward, from the people. But guys, again I will discuss this point in the end. Though it was a system showed autonomous village administration, people of villages used to select people, but that was an election, okay, because only Brahmins were allowed to be a member of the wards. Or usme bhi ward members mein, okay, those who are interested has to give their names, and out of that one little kid will choose the one name out of those names, and that's how that member got appointed for that ward. And such a members of the different wards will be then organized into different committees, and they will be completing duty assigned to that committee. And so it was a nowhere election process, but yes, these people came from the village people and they governed without any external influence or interference. So king did not send his men to govern the village administration. People did it on their own. So this Kudavolai system was the system of nominating person for each ward for a year. So Kudavolai system was a unique village administration system used by the Cholas in ancient Tamil Nadu around 900 CE. It was democratic election system where the names of candidates were written on palm leaves and put in a box. Then child would then draw out names from the box to select the members, and the people whose names were picked were declared elected, and those people will be governing that village ka administration. Okay, so that was basic Kuduvolai system. So remember that system that was followed in during Imperial Chola time to govern or to manage this autonomous villages. Now guys, this जो village है, which what we call today Gram Sabhas. So Sabha was a group of Brahmins with specialized committees assigned to various tasks. Okay, so Sabha at village level in Imperial Chola was only a group of Brahmins. Today when we define Gram Sabha, then every adult member who has name in his village electoral roll, okay, is considered as a member of Gram Sabha. That time only Brahmins were the member of the Sabha, and this Sabha has assigned role or specialized committees which supposed to complete some work. So inscription outlines formation of Sabha by stating that 30 wards will be established and each ward will select one representative to attend the village assembly. Okay, so entire village will be divided into 30 wards. From every ward, those who are interested will submit their names. Through Kuduvolai system, their name will be selected. So one name will come from 30 wards, and these 30 members will constitute the Sabha. Okay, and this Sabha will be organized into committees, specialized committees, which will complete or the task assigned to them and will run the village administration. So inscription outlines various important committees in the Sabha, each with its specific duties. So inscription pe, it was so much in detail that UTTRAMERUR inscription gives us information that how many wards will be there in village, how ward member will be selected, that Kuduvolai system. Then after their selection, the Sabha will get formed. Then this Sabha will be divided into different committees, who will be member of that committees and what task they will complete. And if they don't complete or perform the task well, how these members can be removed. Okay. So inscription outlines even qualification for a representative. They say we have in a constitution conditions for membership of the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, etc. Okay, the qualification for representative, which includes owning land and a house. Okay, so you need to own a land, own a house, then being between age of 35 and 70, then possessing knowledge of mantras. Okay, then and Brahmanas from the Vedic corpus. So automatically only Brahmanas will be there. Then being skilled in a business, and in addition inscription underscores significance of moral behavior, and that person should be a having moral person with good moral conduct, good moral behavior. So person with integrity, in short. So there was clear cut qualification criteria: owning a land and a house in a village, between 35 to 70 age, possessing knowledge of Vedic literature, mantras, brahmanas, etc., being skilled about business activity, and also a person of moral standing. And that's how UTTRAMERUR inscription very clearly defines this process. Then this membership of the Sabha, guys, but the problem with this inscription, that yes, it showed villages were autonomous, but it was nowhere close to the democracy or Panchayati Raj institution that we have, or concept of direct democracy we have today. Because today's direct democracy may every member can stand and fight for election, and every person who is adult member can vote for him. That time, okay, only Brahmins could vote, and only Brahmins could stand for the election. Okay, and that wasn't even election, or there wasn't voting, there was a selection. Name will be picked up. Okay, there wasn't voting as such. So it was nowhere close to the autonomous villages with direct democracy. Okay, though Prime Minister was referring to this inscription and was speaking very highly of it, but it was nowhere close to the democracy. So membership of the Sabha is limited to small group of Brahmins who own land. Usme not all Brahmins who own land. And out of those Brahmins, okay, those who are interested will have to give their names, and there was a voting process. There, one kid will pick the name, and so true elections did not take place. Instead, members are selected from pool of the eligible candidates by lottery system, not by election system. Okay, so it wasn't in election; it was a nomination, and it wasn't selection. It wasn't election. And it wasn't direct democracy. Not all people were allowed to participate in the voting or even in a selection process. and so that's why it wasn't as such talks about direct democracy or autonomous villages governed through democracy. But yes, only this inscription talks about villages where governed autonomously by their own people without any external influence. Okay, so this inscription that I wanted to tell you was quite important one. Remember about this inscription. Okay, so that's all for now, guys. Thanks for listening and stay tuned to my Darshanik IAS channel. Also check out other videos regarding history and also lectures on essay and ethics, which will be of great help for you. And stay tuned to my Darshanik IAS channel, and also download my app from Google Play App Store. Link is given below in description. Okay, this app I have already launched essay ethics courses, which will be of great help for you and will be one-stop solution. And I will soon be launching comprehensive history course also at a very low cost rate. So do take advantage of those courses also. So thanks for listening.